Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video will be seen and shared. It's Celine Driver, once again coming to you with another unboxing and review, and I'm very excited about this particular unboxing and review because this is a Grail Watch. This is a watch I've had an eye on for a good while now, and I was able to make this purchase happen. This is a Hanukkah present to myself. So, Happy Hanukkah to Celine Driver from Celine Driver. As I said, very excited about this purchase. I am a big fan of Breitling. As we all know, my favorite watch in my entire collection, my favorite watch is a Breitling Navitimer. I own a Breitling Aerospace, and I own a Breitling first generation Emergency. And this one will also join the Breitling family. You take the top of the box off, you see the Breitling logo is nicely embossed into it or pressed into it or whatever the term is. Very thick box, very thick cardboard. Now, the watch is in here, but we'll get to that in a minute. You have all kinds of other goodies under here. I take that lid off. It came with a bezel protector, which you're not terribly interested in. We'll get to that in a minute. And some other things here. We have the hang tag, and a protector. I think that's it. We have paperwork. This was a brand new watch, full kit, never been worn before me. We have the 5-year international warranty booklet in many languages. We have the serial number, which, doesn't matter to me if you see it or not, whatever. We have the COSC certification certificate, because this is a COSC certified watch. And we have, of course, the instruction manual for the Galactic Unitime, which is what this watch is. Now, I bought the version that came on the leather strap. But as you can see, the leather strap is not on the watch anymore. It's a very nice strap. I've got nothing wrong with it. It's got the winged bee logo and everything on it. It's beautifully made. It's even vegetable cure, so it's very politically correct leather strap. So all the animal rights goofballs can go pound sand. And these are the links to the bracelet that it's on now. I was able to get a hold of a bracelet that looks very similar to the engineer bracelet that these watches come with as an option. And I got that from my buddy Random Rob for like $20. So couldn't pass it up. Anyway, inside the very nice leather travel watch roll is the star of the show, the Breitling Galactic Unitime. This is a world time watch. Get it off the little pillow here. This is a world timer. Big, heavy watch. Just love it. Beautifully polished, beautifully finished. Big onion-style crown. Nice integrated crown guards. It's a very simple watch in a way. It's a simple three-hander with a date window at the 3 o'clock position. But what makes it a world timer is the outer track right here. With all the different time zones that are out there. And if you unscrew this, there's a screw down crown, and it does disengage, a very nice pop. If you go to the first one, and you can see if you go to the second position, it hacks the movement for time set purposes. But if you go to the first position, now in this position, you can either set the date or your time zone. So let's see if I turn this right. Yeah, if I turn it clockwise, you can see that as I shift the date, as I shift the time zone, like right now I have it set to New York because I'm on Eastern Time, US. If I shift it to, say, the next one up, which is, I can't read that. What does it say? I can't read it. Anyway, but if I say I turn it twice to Denver, you can see it moves the hour hand back 2 hours because they're on Mountain Time. And it also changes the 24-hour ring in here, white for day, black for night. You can see that it's showing that it's a little before 8 o'clock a.m. in Denver. But if I go back to New York, I guess it says Mexico. I'm not sure. Whatever. Doesn't matter. If I change it back to New York, Eastern Time, it's 10 till 10, which is more or less correct. Yes, I'm looking at another clock to confirm. And it shifts the 24-hour wheel to a little before 10. If I go to Puerto Rico, since they're on Atlantic Time, they're an hour ahead of me. And you can also shift the date that way. If you advance this far enough, you will shift the date. But right now it's just in time shift mode. And that's it. I mean, that's what makes it world time. It does all the math for you. All you have to do is know what time zone you're in or what city is nearby. Like there's the Azores, there's London. So if I want to know what Greenwich Mean Time is, I turn it to London. And I see it's a little before 3 p.m. in London, which is basically GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Go back to New York, and I'm back to a little before 10 a.m. And then I can screw the crown back down, lock it all down, get my water resistance back. It does have a decent amount of water resistance. And there you go. It's a beautiful travel companion world timer. And it's got a very nice map of the globe on it. Being somewhat America-centric, I wish the watch was more, had the United States in the middle. But I understand why they put this in the middle, because that's where Greenwich Mean Time is. Right there, just below the B. So, I'm good with it. And as I said, it's a beautifully polished watch. Admittedly, the strap, which is an engineer style strap, it's very, if you look at the pictures online, you'll see that this strap, this bracelet, I should say, is very close to the optional bracelet that's available on the Unitime. It's close, but obviously the finish is a little different. I'm going to live with it for a little while and see how I like it. If it bothers me enough, I can always switch back to the leather strap here. I can find a better leather strap through Collareb. I can put on one of those Ichi mesh straps that I love so much. I can get one in silver because it's a standard lug size. So not exactly what I call a strap monster, but I really like the look of this engineer style strap bracelet, and it is stainless steel. It's very nicely done. It has a dual lock fold over clasp. It has 3 adjustment positions for the micro adjust. It pops open by pushing the twin triggers on the side after you pop the fold over. So it's nicely made, definitely worth the $20. And I think it complements the watch very well. But yes, I am aware that the coloring is slightly different from the watch to the to the bracelet, but it doesn't bother me terribly. At least not now. Might bother me later. Solid case back, as you can see. Very deeply recessed spring bar holes. Beautifully elongated legs. I mean, I saw this watch. I was absolutely captivated by the way it looked. And yes, I'm aware I put it on backwards, but I don't care about that either. And on my 7¼ inch wrist, this watch fits beautifully. It does have long lugs. It is a very long watch. In fact, you know what? I just realized I forgot to measure the lug to lug, and I don't have my calipers handy, so I'll forego that. But it does fit my 7¼ inch wrist very nicely. Not a small watch, not by any stretch of the imagination. So not a watch that someone with a small wrist is going to be able to comfortably wear. I'd say the bottom size wrist on this watch is probably 6¾ But on my wrist, it just looks beautiful. I am absolutely in love with this watch. I really, really am. Not going to replace the Navitimer as my favorite watch in my collection, but damn, this thing could be in the top 5, maybe even top 3 very easily. Yeah, I realize I just got the watch. I'm in the honeymoon phase, but yeah, and it is a substantial watch. It's all stainless steel. Even the third-party bracelet. It does, however, have a tungsten bezel. It's a fixed bezel, obviously, but it's tungsten. It's not steel, so it's polished tungsten. I don't know what that gets me. Maybe it gets me scratch resistance. Maybe I don't know what it gets me, but it is listed on Breitling's website as tungsten carbide. So, nice little additional thing there. Now, I have my sheets Ofax here because I just switched to a new notepad and it's a smaller piece of paper. But this is the Breitling Galactic Unitime. The specific model number is WB3510. I believe that's a U4 slash BD94/435X. That's what it listed as on the listing. And I did buy this off of Chrono24. Really nice seller. Had a 4.9 star rating. He was good with the communication. He shipped it as soon as the money hit escrow. It was FedEx 2-day insured, and FedEx actually did their job correctly, although it looked like they weren't going to for a little while, but it got here in 2 days, just like they said. It is a Breitling caliber watch movement. It is the B35 movement. It is, as I showed you, COSC certified. 100-meter water resistance, so it can be a sport watch. Just screw the crown in and you can swim with it. You could snorkel with it. And you might even take it for a shallow dive, although I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a dive watch. It doesn't have a dive bezel. But you do what you want. It's your watch. Big watch, 44-millimeter diameter watch. So I like a big watch. I like a heavy watch, so this is good for me. But 44-millimeter case is a big case. It's 15.3 millimeters thick to a nicely domed crystal. And it's a 22-millimeter lug. I don't really want to guess what the lug to lug is. You know what? If I think about it, I'll measure it and I'll throw that in the description. Tungsten carbide fixed bezel, as I said. Stainless steel case. Sapphire crystal, world timer on the inner ring. We already demonstrated how that works. The only downside to this watch that I found so far, and I've been wearing it for a couple of days now, is the high polish on this thing is beautifully high polished. It is really beautiful. It's a fingerprint magnet. The fingerprints all over this thing. I'm constantly wiping this thing with a soft cloth. But small price to pay for a watch that I really, really wanted, and I really, really was eyeballing for a long time, and finally made it happen. Now, the timing that it was around the holidays and it was a gift to myself and all that stuff, that's nice. It adds to the spice of the story. But, if it happened in February of 2022 or if it happened in October of 2021, it didn't matter as long as it happened. I'm very happy. And I hope you were happy watching me be happy and enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, informative, and useful. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you click that thumbs up button for me. That does help the channel. And any thumbs ups that I get does help with the search algorithm, so I do appreciate those. Comments, questions, and suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to troll me, you're going to be nasty for no apparent reason, or you're going to put links in my comment section that take people to bad places on the internet. I'm just going to delete the comment. I'm going to block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, and I do get my new channel viewers a lot, I do bid you welcome. I hope you will stick around. I hope you will watch as many videos as you want. And I hope at the end of all that, you give me just a little payback by clicking the subscription button. And when you do click the subscription button, click that bell icon next to it so that when I upload new videos, you will be alerted when they're released, or when I do live streams, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And at other times during the week, as time and opportunity avail themselves to me, you'll be alerted to those too. Meanwhile, as I say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there, and I don't think it's going to get any less crazy going forward. I ask that you all stay safe, be careful, be well. I'll see you soon.